Hi there. Thanks for coming by. My name is Jimmy Pang. Please allow me to share a story with you. My humble beginnings started in Chinatown, under the Manhattan Bridge. My father was a waiter, working 12-hour days, and my mom was a seamstress that made 10 to 25 cents per piece of clothing she was sewing. They both worked 7 days a week, and we hardly saw them. This was the park near the Manhattan Bridge where my brother and I played. My grandmother took us there. This was a subsidized housing that we were living in. We did have some entertainment and a few toys. There was no room for a real dog, of course, so this was the best we could do. What you don't see here is that this was a 300-square-foot studio with a bed, a kitchen, and a bathroom to the right. At the age of 5, we moved to a low-income neighborhood in Elmhurst, Queens. Still, we stayed in a small room with just enough of a bunk bed for me and my brother. There were no silver utensils here, nor ski or golf or piano or vacations for us. I went to high school in the Bronx, and as a small kid, there were weekly scuffles to say the least. But all of this only toughened my resolve to one day be successful for myself and my parents. I loved comic books, and one day I came across the Marvel Entertainment first annual report, which was in the form of a comic book. And so my financial journey began. I still have it today, and it could be worth a lot. I began to educate myself at 18 years old by reading the Wall Street Journal daily, landed an internship at one of the top investment companies, found myself a mentor, and became the youngest fund manager at 26 years old, managing $10 million. By 30, I was a millionaire. Our team ultimately managed $30 billion. The pinnacle of my career was being the chief investment officer of a Hong Kong asset management company at one of the largest banks in China. These were the views from my house on the Peak in Hong Kong. In the last 2 decades, I've traveled to over 75 countries and worked in the top financial centers around the world, in London, Hong Kong, Beijing, Shanghai, and now in one of the nicest neighborhoods in New York. I also believe that Andrew Carnegie's philosophy are words to live by. He believed that spending the first third of one's life should be about getting all the education one can, then the next third making all the money one can, and the last third giving it all away for worthwhile causes. I would simplify it even further and say the first half of life is growing and the second half is giving. I'm nowhere near Andrew Carnegie, but we'll say that I've given my fair share away to friends and family and charities. I tell you my story because I've achieved all my dreams, and I want you to achieve your dreams as well. I want to save you money, time, and hardship through my experiences. When I retired a few years ago from managing billions for a top fund manager and as CIO, my dream was to become an entrepreneur and educator. I now give back through teaching and mentoring. While teaching at NYU and mentoring students at Baruch, I was awestruck at the lack of financial knowledge from those just graduating to retirees. I've had students encourage me to mentor them and teach them financial models. I've had a 70-year-old concerned about her advisor and fired him to seek my financial mentoring. Worst of all, I encountered a fellow NYU professor whose financial advisor was unethically putting her into high-risk, high-commission products, which were simply not appropriate for someone in their 50s. This all led me to create our Triple E investment philosophy and to start MoneyPangs in order to educate, empower, and execute. Our motto is winning tick by tick. With our easy-to-understand STAR process, anyone can learn investing step by step and decide what's right for them. So thanks for hearing my story. Now go educate and watch our free seminars.